Hi everybody, this is Dave from Dave's MI Outdoors. I bought this Efco MTT 3600 a couple months ago. I'm looking to do a review on it. I'm going to cut up this big log. It's a 14-inch blade on it. I'm going to show you guys how well this thing does. It's not the biggest, baddest saw in the world, but for an all-around saw to get back on my property, I'm back about a quarter of a mile right now on my property. And I'm going to show you guys how well this saw works, just in case you guys are interested on it. So I'm going to do some demonstration cuts here. This is probably about max capacity for this saw, and I'm actually surprised how well it is doing. So here we go. Okay guys, I have my assistant get a view of how thick this is right here. That is pretty thick, and that's dry wood too. This is a tree that's fallen down, and when I bought this saw, I did not think it would be this good at cutting through something this big. I am very impressed. I have that chainsaw has never ever, the chain has never jumped off of the bar. This is probably one of the best chainsaws I've ever bought, and I'm super impressed. I started cutting up this log, and the farther I got, the more impressed I was. My lovely assistant will aim down there and see where I started up there. It was really small, and these logs down here have to be every bit of 14 inches thick. Man, this thing does a really great job. I highly recommend it if you're in the market to buy a little 14-inch chainsaw. This Efco MTT 3600, that's a good buy. Okay, everybody, you got to see me use the saw out in the woods, cutting up little stuff, and probably max capacity for this saw, which when I was cutting up the big logs, I just want you guys to know that the chain was probably only about half sharp. So it still did pretty good, I think. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what I like about this saw. I enjoy using this saw. I was kind of skeptical of buying it at first because I never heard of Efco before, but I bit the bullet and bought it, and I got it on sale. I bought it for $2.99. I bought 2 extra chains with it, which it ran the price up to be about $356 with the 2 extra chains. To get this, if you went in the store and bought it off the shelf with no deals, it's about $400. So it's made in Italy. What I really like about this saw is how lightweight it is. Number one thing I love about this saw is the chain has never jumped off the saw whatsoever. I have never ever had to put the chain back on the saw. So a couple things that came with the saw. I got the handy dandy tool, which you get with every chainsaw. Every guy that gets a chainsaw should probably get one of these guys. It came with the protector that protects the chain from getting all nicked up. And it came with a book, which I don't have that with me at the second. It's super easy to use. You take the one bolt out, pull the guard off here, to clean out behind here and everything. It's really easy. You got the adjuster screw right here, which the tool fits right in there for easy adjustment. And you have about that much slack in it when you're using it. Maybe a little less, probably not no more than that. Just got done cleaning this saw up and put a brand new chain on it. Because like I said, when I was out there cutting the big logs up, it was starting to get dull on me, and I cut down a couple more dead trees, and I noticed it was getting pretty dull, so it's time to change out the chain. You don't get much better than this. This thing for all around saw is relatively pretty good. You know, it has a lot of power. I'm really shocked with how much power this has. You got a nice sharp chain on there. You're not going to have any problems cutting through anything with it. Do I recommend it for using to cut down big stuff all the time like I was doing out there? No, you're going to want to get a saw that's much better for cutting down bigger logs and stuff like this. I was just amazed that it would cut through that 14-inch log like it actually says, because it has a 14-inch bar on it. And this is relatively pretty easy to use. I mean, right here you got your air cleaner, which is easy to take off. You just turn it a couple times, you take it right off. You got your little filter right here, you pop it right out, and you just spray that filter. I just clean it off with a light air pressure. I just blow it right off a few times. You don't want to get too close because you don't want to blow out the netting. And I usually put it back on just like this, and I'll hold it on there, and I'll just take the air and lightly blow around and blow all the other wood and extra stuff off there, and it pops right back on like that. Keeps your saw running nice and good. I'll wipe out the inside really good with a nice clean cloth, you know, to keep everything nice and clean, nothing getting sucked into the carb. I do the same thing when I take the guard off right here. I scrape all the stuff off and I blow it out really good, and I wipe it off dry, you know, to keep it nice and clean and running good. I do the same thing with the whole saw. I just blow it off with an air blower, and it keeps it. That's all I ever do. It keeps it nice and clean. That's all I've ever done. I make sure I blow out everything. It's really easy to put the oil and the gas in there. I mean, of course, like every saw, you put the gas here and the oil in here. And I'm not going to take the caps off because, of course, it's got a little gas oil in it. But it has some really nice, it kind of looks like mini ropes in there, nylon ropes, really strong. Like I said, I wouldn't be doing this review if I didn't believe in this product. Because if I didn't believe in this product, I would tell you I didn't believe in this product. It's very easy to shut off also. When you want to shut it off, you push the little button, kills it. You got your choke right here. You turn your choke on. Normally you pull start it twice and it'll sound like it's going to start. You turn it down once and then it'll start right up, and you let it run for a few minutes. And when it's warmed up, it's ready to go. It's kind of pricey, but it's well worth it. In fact, I can't wait to try out a bigger Efco saw now. I have a 20-inch Poland that I can't say that I'm a very good fan of it, because every time I use it, the chain likes to pop off of it. That's really why I went and bought this saw. I've cut up with this saw about 45 to 50 trees with it right now, and I've cleaned up a bunch of my, I got a bunch of big areas on my wooded lot where they're open areas, and it got a bunch of them olive bushes. They're really abrasive bushes. Some people call them lilac bushes. Some people call them olive bushes. I don't know exactly what they are, but they're a real pain in the butt, and they're very abrasive, and if you don't keep control of them, they'll just take over an open area, and it's real nasty. And I've been in there with this saw, and you can cut them things right down, and the chain just goes right through it, no problem. And with my 20-inch Poland, if I was to cut a few of those shrubs up, the chain would get thrown off of there, and you just get so aggravated doing it that it just drives you absolutely nuts. That's what made me go out and get a smaller saw. Maybe that was my problem. I just needed something with a smaller chain on it or whatever. I'm not quite sure. But if you're in the market to buy a little chainsaw and you're willing to spend, the $400 that it costs, it is well worth the money. There's one thing that I have noticed with the chains that I bought with this. This is my secondary chains. It has they have really small cleanouts on them. The chain that came with the saw, I still got it, and I just got it sharpened today. It has bigger cleanouts on it, and it runs a lot smoother through when you're cutting stuff. And this chain here has smaller cleanouts on it, and it does a lot more ripping and tearing. It doesn't make the saw too awkwardly to use, but it takes you a good second to get used to it when you're used to how smooth the original one comes with it. If I was to go buy any more chains for the saw, I would definitely buy the original ones that came with it with the larger cleanouts. It cuts just as fast, but a lot smoother. To tell you the absolute truth, I don't know why that is. I think it's because it doesn't allow the teeth to grab as deep, probably. But that's the only maybe pet peeve I have with the chain. But other than that, I'm going to be doing a 5-star rating on all my reviews. And I'm going to give this saw a 4.5. And only because I wish it was a little bit more powerful. But this thing has got a lot of power. But for a little chainsaw, I don't have many complaints about this. I think it's well built. I think Efco does a super job, and my next chainsaw will be another Efco. And I hope you guys like my videos and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Have a good night.